Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you're having a phenomenal day. We're taking a quick look here again at Gala, seeing what's going on. We get a lot of requests to this, so we'll just pretty much put it on our daily request list, make sure we cover it consistently. We do want to talk about this range-bound activity and possibly even take a look at the back-end data. Yep, there's some good stuff here. We can look at liquidation, kind of see what's going on. So if, again, you are new to the channel, just know I'm not a financial advisor. I love teaching people to trade. Hope you can learn something here today. If you do learn something, like the video, comment below. Even if you don't, it greatly help it, grow the channel, put our videos in front of more people so they can learn as much as they can. If you do want to become a better trader, we got an awesome Discord community here. I've got some scalps that I have for my trading bot. We've been taking some massive profits from Solana, Matic, and Ethereum. Same thing here with our premium group too. We took some nice trades here recently with ARB, 60% in 9 days, Chainlink 30% in 2 days. That's roughly that's a short actually. And then, of course, we've got some nice profits there from Avalanche, Reef, Atom, QNT, Dogecoin. Honestly, the list goes on, and they're all somewhere in the range of 30 to 200%. So fantastic gains here for our community. Thank you so much for the wonderful feedback. If you do want to be part of that, again, there's limited slots available, but cryptocash.tech is a site where you can register. We want to look here at the back end and then work our way down. So this is a lot of liquidation data. Take a look at this here, right at about 2.54. We can say between 2.4 and 2.6. is a massive amount of liquidation. Second most amount at 2.8 cents, okay? So we got to recognize those can be focal points for the whales to try to drive the price action down to that area, wipe out those levels, and essentially just turn the price around. See it happen all the time. We can actually see it kind of happening here with the shorts, right? Shorts keep getting liquidated on the way up. So again, be careful of shorting this coin. It does look like it wants to break out. We're retesting a recent high. But right here at about 3.2 is a pretty heavy concentration. That could be the next target for the whales. Again, I'll post this chart here on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord, just so you know. It kind of looks a little something like this, where I put layout charts available there. So check that out in your own time. But now that we know that, we kind of want to look at the big picture and work our way down. So let's make it really straightforward here. This ascending trend is still continuing. The 20-day SMA is rocking like a champion, holding the price action in place. We're not even close to it right now, but that lets us know that we're on the right side of the tracks. We can see RSI is starting to diverge. There is potential for a shift in momentum, but we can also see that RSI is getting closer to 70. Nice little sweet spot with a high money flow index. MFI being high, that to me is really the main thing. Because again, volume is something that people don't really utilize too much, and I think it's a really important characteristic in trading. And with high money flow index, really just implies we have a lot of money flowing into this coin. As long as money stays there, we are in good shape. Take a look here at volume, speaking of which, we're getting close to our 20-day SMA already on volume, and the day is we only got 5 hours left to go. So good chance we'll still be able to hit that level. Again, higher volume provides higher price point. We see this little gap, the price pulled back, the volume is low. We see higher volume, of course, price is going up. Big surprise. All right, so that's all that said, though. If we take a look at the most, this is the last like 2 or 3, maybe 2 months roughly. In the last 2 months, we've seen 2.4 as the largest amount of volume, with somewhere in the range about 2.6 as the closest. Okay, so we don't have a ton of volume in the current price point. Just keep that in mind. High MFI does help, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we have a ton of support left. Okay, so 4-hour time frame. Let's talk about this here. So quickly to note here on the 4-hour, we are MACD converging here. That is a very, very good sign. A convergence while retesting a recent high is extremely, extremely high probability of the price breaking out. Okay, it's not the only thing you want to trade on, right? But it is a factor here contributing, letting us know that, okay, our daily time frame looks fantastic. Our 4-hour time frame is looking pretty good. What else can we extract here? Again, you got to recognize too, when I analyze charts, I'm looking for reasons not to take a trade. I'm not trying to convince myself to take a trade, okay? So you got to recognize that when you're trying to kind of look at charts, try to look for reasons not to take a trade instead of taking one. It'll help with the FOMO, because there's tons of opportunities in the market. Either way, stochastic RSI is swinging up here very strong. That's a very, very good sign. RSI is under 70. We have more room for growth. Money flow index remaining above 60, basically above 50, but closer to 70. That's fantastic as well. We're not overextended. We're only about 16 hours in continuation into this 36-hour period. So we are honestly in very, very good shape here. Let's quickly look at the moving averages, staying above the 20-day SMA. In fact, why don't we just go ahead and draw out a trend line here just to get perspective on this and pay attention to it so we can kind of know later what we're looking at. Because larger term trend lines are important, but smaller ones are also equally as beneficial. Okay, so we can summarize the 4-hour time frame looks pretty awesome. Take a look at liquidity. Again, there's that upper liquidity level that you can see. You see that reflect on the back end here right there, about 3.2 to 3.4 still has left to be swept. So there's that 3.2 level, and 3.4, coincidentally, is actually higher here. If you take a look, 3.4 is right there. So this is technically an area of liquidity here that we can't see on the charts. That is in the back end there that folks are trying to, well, not trying, but people are trying to short, and I just think it's not a great idea to just short the top because it's a top, okay? Higher highs are constantly reestablished, and most recent high here, it commonly retested. That's why we see this liquidity here on the chart. Okay, last thing I want to look at is the hourly, and this is something that I like to look at for confirmation, okay? So again, you can use the Ichimoku Cloud on multiple time frames. 4-hour time frame works good as well, but the hourly works better for my swing trading prowess, and essentially where I like to kind of shine, I guess. We can see here all green lights leave your long position open. Look at that. Monstrous uptrend there. Conversion lines above the baseline. We're well above the cloud, which is moving concurrent with this ascending trend line, by the way. Those are all extremely good signs. Only thing I would say is that we are sort of on the overextended side here to the upside. And you can see this happen a lot where we hit a 9 on TD sequential going into a key Fibonacci retracement level, 0.618. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different time frames here where the price action couldn't cross that level. We retested it here, and then the price shoots up. 9 times out of 10, you see an overextension going into a most recent resistance level. It'll likely break through that level. Okay, so the probability of Gala continuing higher from here is actually quite high because we got a nice little consolidation period here, potential leg up here. So just keep in mind, the price could very well pull back to basically 3 cents even, or potentially even, or no, sorry, I misspoke. That is 3.06. It's this Fibonacci level here. Again, I'll post this playout chart on my Twitter, Telegram, and Discord so you can kind of see it. But I guess the long story short here is that we are forming somewhat of a cup and handle. Okay. So oftentimes the price will pull back to key level fibs, and cup and handles 0.618 and 0.5 are the most common. So we could very well see, let's just go ahead and do this. Actually, no, let's make it all nice and fancy. Let's go ahead and pull this guy up over here. We got our cup, and then of course the handle, that could come in many different ways, but again, 0.618 or 0.5 are common. It could look like this, or it could look like this. Both are extremely high likelihoods based on everything else we've looked at so far, okay? So an invalidation for this would be a closure below 0.5. That's what we were going to look for an invalidation on this uptrend, okay? Otherwise, we are confirming pretty strong bullish tendencies here, and I see no reason to consider shorting. Yes, you could short to this level or this level possibly, but I think that's still a higher risk, my personal opinion. I'd much rather wait for a long that doesn't happen than to short and be sorry. Okay? Again, those are just trading techniques that I've developed over the last 20 plus years, but what do I know, right? Okay, so I hope that you learned something here today. If you do have some comments, please feel free to do so. Like the video before we go, and make sure you check this out, because I tell you what, a lot of exchanges are requiring VPNs and KYC, and this one does not. They're a phenomenal exchange. You get $5,500 in newbie benefit rewards for depositing and trading with the exchange. You just have to use my link to qualify. And then we also have future trading competitions too here, which we're working on. I'm working with my affiliate over there to ensure we get that for you guys here soon. So thanks again so much for watching. Hope you learned something here today again. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you all in the next one. Thanks again for your time. Take care.